Jesus be offended. I'm not a dancer per se. Amen. But sometimes the song just makes you want to jump. Amen. Jesus be offended. All around us, every day. Every day. Through it all. The good, the not so good, and we know what we're talking about, and when we don't, Jesus just surround us as a fence every day. I want to honor our choir members who are working music or no music, in service every Sunday. I know it hasn't been easy, but we are blessed by your work, and we're grateful. Good afternoon again, church family. Good afternoon. Hopefully summer is here. I love the summertime, but I like being outside. Amen. Okay, I'm having a little issue here. Yeah, that's the issue right here. Thank you. Amen. Can you all hear me? Amen. Yes. I'm smiling to myself. I'm just going to share it. I think I found my summer robe. I'm feeling a little cool like this today. So, y'all see this every Sunday throughout the summer? You know why, amen? The text that I want to start out with today is by Lewis B. Sneed from Forgiveness, the Power to Change the Past. And it says, to forgive is to set a prisoner free and discover that the prisoner is you. Well. Say that again. To forgive is to set a prisoner free and discover that the prisoner is you. So when I talked to a friend of mine about what I was going to preach about today, she told me how she had also been working on forgiveness. And she told me of a childhood hurt that had colored her relationship with a family member, her aunt, for over 30 years. Now, she and her aunt are about the same age because they became relatives through marriage. And at the age of 9, they met each other, and this is your aunt, and they were happy. And they decided that they would be friends no matter what. As Burley says, do or die. Amen. That they would be friends. But my friend felt that her aunt did not hold up her end of the bargain at 11 years old. That she did not stay true to we are do or die friends. And she went on and did her own thing, and my friend was disappointed and hurt. But the key to the story is that my friend held it against her for 30 years. For 30 years, she didn't show up to most of the family gatherings and reunions, or when her aunts had celebrations, she would not be there because she was still mad at her for not being her friend the way she said she was at 11. What I can think of, like way back in my day when we wanted to make that friend pack, we actually used to make a little cut. Yep. Y'all ever hear that? That's right. And do a blood thing, that this is it forever and ever. But that didn't happen. And she let it follow her throughout her life. So what I want to talk about today is, let's stop getting historical and let it go. Yeah, I said historical. And what I mean is remembering all that happened in the past, yesterday, 5 years ago, 30 years ago, and allowing it to rule the way we live today. Let's stop getting historical and let it go. And in order to let it go and in order to be free, we must be forgiving. If we don't allow ourselves to move beyond our past hurts, our past dysfunctions, when people messed over us or we messed over somebody else, we will never be free to live a full life. The unwillingness and sometimes the inability to move beyond these dysfunctional periods in our life can create a spiritual dysfunction that stops us from enjoying God's love, God's peace, God's power, God's calmness, and God's prosperity. So the question to us today is this. When people have messed over us, what do? When we've messed over people, what do? And Jesus provides that answer. Forgive. Forgive. In Matthew 18, when Peter goes and asks Jesus this question, Jesus, if another member of the church sins against me, how often should I forgive? As many as 7 times, he asked. And Jesus responds, not 70 times, but 77 times. So just because you did it the last time doesn't mean that you're not called to do it again. Come on now. There will be opportunities after opportunities as long as we give to not only forgive ourselves, but to forgive somebody else. Now the Greek word in that scripture, aphiemi, was translated into forgive. But it also means to let go. One and the same. Forgive, let go. So as long as we live, we're going to be faced with that. And we can't let 7 times stop us.
Come on now. That's right.
We can't let 70 times stop us. Or 77 times. Or 777 times.
Right. Come on now. That's right.
I know it's not easy, because how many times have you even said yourself or heard, I am so tired of being the one.
Come on.
Why do I always have to be the one to say I'm sorry? Why do I have to be the one to go and, help get the relationship back together? Why is it on me? And it's on you because Jesus said you should forgive. Over and over and over again, as long as it takes for us to do this thing called love. So we got to let go. We got to stop counting. We got to stop measuring. We've got to stand up and be who we are. Some of us have the sense to know that, this thing is just crazy. We're not speaking, and it does not make sense. So should I just keep on speaking because, I'm always the one. Calling her, and I'm always the one. Come on, let's get right up.
Come on now.
So this time I'm just done. And this time is the most ridiculous argument ever, right?
That's right.
So God has given us what we need, and each of us has to step up. 777, 107, 1007, the number does not matter. It's not about counting, but about as long as we're on this earth, that we're moving in a spirit of love and forgiveness. So forgiveness, what is it? One of the ways in which I heard it defined is forgiveness is the discipline, lifelong commitment to offer godly reactions to ungodly actions. The discipline, thank you, lifelong commitment to offer godly, that's of love, right? Reactions to ungodly actions. So first of all, forgiveness is a discipline. You have to do it over and over again. You got to work at it. You're not always, good at it. It's like a muscle that if you don't continue to work out, what used to be a muscle, what never was a muscle, won't be.
That's right.
So it's a discipline. It also requires a lifelong commitment. Not a 7-time commitment. Not an 80-time commitment, but a lifelong, as long as you live on this earth. And it requires us to focus on our reaction. My reaction to what happened with you and I. Not your reaction, but my reaction. Knowing that we can't control someone else, that we can only control ourselves. Now, forgiveness is not condoning wrong.
Come on now.
I want to be clear. God doesn't expect us to ignore injustice and injury and pain. Stuff that is not of God, sinful things, bad things, hurtful things, must be acknowledged for what it is by both victims and perpetrators. So I don't want us to be mistaken. I don't want us to think that we should passively accept or ignore what is wrong. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm not preaching a forgiveness that requires people to put themselves in situations to be victimized. You know, that you should go home and be okay and get beat up. Or that you should stay in this relationship that is beating you up over and over again. That is not what I'm talking about. Forgiveness does not condone evil, nor does it require us to forget. But what it does require is for us to release, to let it go. The release of the negativity and the hostility associated with being harmed or hurt. As Lewis Smead said, and I read in the beginning, to forgive is to set a prisoner free and discover that the prisoner is you. So what I'm talking about is not to let yourselves be held hostage for the rest of your life because of what someone has done to you, or because of something that you did, or something that didn't feel right, or something that you wanted to do. I'm talking about letting go of that old history, not being historical. So you get in a discussion, just to clarify, what I mean by historical, right? Today, we're having a disagreement. June 9th. 10th, is it? Hallelujah. 2012. And in that argument, you get historical. You go back to 2009 and 2008 and bring it all into the present. That's what I'm talking about, letting yourselves be held hostage for the rest of your life. Letting go. Don't let that history hold you and keep you from moving forward in the way that God would have you. And that you also acknowledge your participation in it. How you reacted to what happened. How you gave, how you give what you give, right? So my friend missed a lot of family gatherings, a lot of growing up as a family together because she was still mad because her aunt wasn't her friend at 11 years old. How deep is that? How many of y'all know what I'm talking about? Yeah. How many of y'all got something that you remember from way back that you just can't get over? And it's stopping you from being in places and doing things and being the most loving and gracious and powerful person that God will have you to be. So what I'm talking about is letting go of those prison bars, those walls, moving those mountains that you have placed in your way. We're talking about being spiritually renewed by forgiving, by letting go. Look at stuff for what it is or for what it was, and forgive those people again and again and again and again, and forgive yourself as well. If you're feeling spiritually down, how sometimes you say, I just don't get it. I don't feel like God is here with me. Think about forgiving yourself. And think about forgiving someone else and see how it changes. See how you feel differently about who you are. I'm reminded of some of the lyrics of Kirk Franklin's song, Imagine Me, where he says, letting go of my past and glad I have another chance. And my heart will dance, because I don't have to read that page again. Imagine being free, trusting God totally. Imagine that. Just imagine that you're not holding on to that anymore. Just imagine that you could spend time with that person that you really love. Just imagine that you could be in that backyard barbecue, because that's where you really want to be. Where people will love you and respect you and give you love and friendship. Imagine that. So healing is what we're looking for when we're forgiven, and healing is what we will get. And it's not found in just forgetting, because it's not about forgetting, but it's found in the holy, not hostile memory. Not that hostile memory that makes you mad every time you think about it. And it was 20 years ago. We remember the hurts in our past, but we don't want to continue to play victim and to be victim and to be held hostage to the perpetrators. When we let go of these hurts and these pains rather than hold on to it, we can be free and we can be healed and we can make wiser choices and we can move in a more loving and open way. Archbishop Desmond Tutu, in remembering the hurts of South Africa, apartheid, declared that forgiveness draws out the sting in the memory that threatens to poison our entire existence. The sting in the memory. If you're holding on to the sting, that means you're still living in it. It's still guiding your walk and your talk and your move. Let it go. Forgive. You can remember it, but let go how it affected you then, because today is now. You've gotten over it. You've passed the hump. God is still helping you along the way. So in conclusion, I just want to say that I believe that all of us have been hurt one time or another, right? How many of y'all have never been hurt? So we've all been hurt. And yet Jesus is still with us. It's still the fence around us every day. And Jesus has called us to forgive ourselves and others because we are already forgiven. We've already been forgiven. And so we know what it's like. We have that history and that memory that we could take and move in a positive way. And why? Because you're different today. You're a different person. And some of that is because of your history. But it's how you've used it to grow and not let it hold on to you in the past. You can have a full, happy, rewarding life by not holding on to that stuff that'll keep you down, that keeps you down. Holding on to what if. What if I say I'm sorry? What are they going to do? Holding on to what it was back then. Set yourself free. Discover all that awaits you. You know, when we talk about forgiveness in the affirmation, we talk about holding on to stuff like this, right? I like to use a fist, holding on. There's no room for anything to get in here.
That's right.
But when we release it, God only knows what can come. So God has forgiven you already. Be free today. Let go of the historical past that's holding you down. Forgive and let go. God bless you. Amen. Amen. hard stuff sometimes. As we move throughout this summer and move into our new direction as the powerful ministry of Newark, we're going to be working on some hard stuff, amen?
Yeah.
Like removing the mask that we talked about, y'all still remember?
Yeah.
About forgiving ourselves and each other. Because there's still people out there that need to know that God loves them just the way that they are. There's still people that on Sundays like today are getting beat up by a person like me in the pulpit. And we need to stand up strong and tell them that it's all right. And so we are building ourselves up. Amen? Amen. Amen.
Continue to bless us and we shall be blessed. Continue to love us and we shall be loved.
most of all, continue to heal us, and we shall be filled. In the name of Jesus we pray. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Amen. So have a great week. Don't forget, next Sunday is Men's Day. Elder Taylor will be our guest speaker, and we look forward to